Okay, so forget the intro today. We don't have time for that. We've got some super exciting news from Ford. They've just announced a new variant, the Ranger Super Duty. So this new variant is super exciting for Ford and for all the consumers out there. This is really going to change the game as to what we know as a dual cab ute and what we know a dual cab ute can do. This is going to push the boundaries, and Ford always does this in every aspect, whether it's whatever vehicle they're developing, they're always trying to push the boundaries. And to go up to now 4.5 ton GVM and 4.5 ton tow capacity with a GCM of 8 ton. So let's check out the video and then we'll come back to my predictions on what this thing might look like and what it might come with.
Those that choose the tough jobs know it's more than a job. It's a duty. They know what works and what they need when it matters. So when they spoke, we didn't just listen. We built a mid-sized truck made as capable and dependable as they are. One that can tow more, carry more, and do more. They've got the heavy-duty jobs, we've got their heavy-duty truck.
So an exciting little teaser there from Ford on potentially who is this Ranger Super Duty for. So I believe some of my predictions, I went over a lot with the Ranger Raptor on what I predicted we were actually going to get with that variant. But now with the Ranger Super Duty, what do I think is going to come with it? So I think this is really aimed at tradies. It's really aimed at heavy industry, mining, construction, things like that, to be able to carry and tow those heavy loads, but in a dual cab, a standard dual cab platform as we know it here in Australia, without going into the American truck market. So Ranger Super Duty, I think, is going to be an absolute game changer. So what exactly are my predictions for this thing? I'm thinking that this is going to have a beefed up chassis. So it's going to have to have a heavy chassis. So we're looking at things like Super Duty, like my F250, potentially chassis of that size and thickness shrunk down to the Ranger platform. Heavy duty suspension components, so either a big heavy duty leaf pack in the rear, heavy duty coils up front. I think it will remain IFS. Axle ratings are going to be increased as well. Again, these are all my sort of speculations on what could potentially be coming in the Ranger Super Duty, but all these numbers, to have these high numbers that they're going with, they're going to have to upgrade all these components under the Ranger, in my opinion. So again, engineering, who knows what's going to come out of this thing, but beefed up chassis, beefed up suspension. I think that it will come as a cab chassis from the showroom floor. So that way, I think Ford will work with a lot of service body third-party manufacturers in the industry to have drop-on solutions for these things, whether it's for firefighters, it could be backup units for the police, it could be for tradies, construction, mining, all those sorts of aspects, to where they need to carry heavy and they need to tow heavy and have those high GCMs if they're doing both. So I think that's really what this is aimed for. Do I think it'll be a dual rear wheel? Typically what you call the dualies in America? No, I think it'll still be a single wheel rear axle. I think that potentially you could get maybe a tub for it, but I think from the factory it'll come as a cab chassis option, with you being able to choose a wide range of different service bodies, unless you're going to have your own service body on it, depending on what industry you're in. As for the motor, I'm thinking that they're still going to run with the V6 turbo diesel, but I reckon they're going to try and boost the numbers on that thing, whether it's from increasing the turbo size, things like that, potentially still running with that same V6 turbo diesel, but I reckon they'll boost the numbers. I haven't heard on the grapevine if there is a new diesel engine coming out, but I'm sticking that they're going to run the V6 and they're going to boost the numbers up on that thing. But while the whole rest of the dual cab market right now is competing with each other, Ford is stepping outside of the box and going a completely different direction. They've seen the massive increase in the US truck market here in Australia. And yes, they've brought in the F-150, but increasing the capacities of the Ranger and what it's known to do, and increasing that up to 4.5 ton GVM and 4.5 ton towing, I just think that they're absolutely going in the right direction for people that still want to have that smaller platform and not go to an American truck, but be able to tow and carry heavy. So I think there's going to be a lot of the industry right now, manufacturers in the industry, that are currently, things are a bit stirred up in the office at the moment, I reckon. With Ford now announcing this, a Ranger Super Duty, I think that other manufacturers are just going, where did this come from? And I think they're going to be very concerned on the market share that Ford's now just going to sweep up compared to all these other dual cab ute manufacturers that are hitting the Australian market, not to mention all the ones that have been around forever. The amount of new ones that are coming into the market, Ford's just said, we'll just keep the variants here, but let's go a step above where no one else has currently got something sitting, and let's make a standard style dual cab ute, but with these huge increases of tow and carrying capacity. So I'm super excited for this variant. This is going to change, this is when you call it a game changer. This is going to change the game here for the dual cab market here in Australia. If you want to tow heavy, carry heavy, and still have that dual cab sort of platform, this is going to be absolutely awesome for the Australian market. I can see it now. And Ford, you always hit the nail on the head, and you always just think outside the box from where everyone else is, and you're always innovating. So well done on that, and I can't wait to see this thing in real life. So for all the future information on the Ranger Super Duty, I'm going to post it here on either my Instagram or YouTube. So make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my website, grab some merch, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. But super excited. Ranger Super Duty is going to be pretty badass, I'm guessing.